Saturday morning and it's time to make a swap out. So we got the trailer backed up here at my place and Gladden's machine here. We're going to back it in and take it over to Tim's and pick mine up. My cage is pretty much done, so just got a ton of little brackets and stuff to put on for the radiator and body panels and all that kind of stuff like that. So Gladman's tubing came in, his 120 wall stuff came in yesterday, so we brought that home, and last weekend he stuffed this thing in my garage to make it easier to make the swap because Kevin doesn't live quite as close as me and Tim live together. So anyways, we got the trailer backed up here and I got the ramp down. I'm going to fire Kevin's machine up here in a second and let it get warm and back it in so we can swap these things out, and hopefully today we'll get to maybe adding a couple pieces of tubing to Kevin's machine. Gladden's machine's in the box, ready to go over. My garage is an absolute mess. Gotta get some time to clean up all this. There's all this stuff left over from the wrap on the back to the 90s, and the garage is looking pretty rough, but we'll have to worry about that at a later date. Well, we made the swap, pulled mine out, got Kevin's in, got a couple bars tacked in. Just trying to make a call here on the one A post. Kevin can't decide what he wants. Just trying to decide how much rake he wants in that the front end there. So right now he's sitting right about what mine was, and trying to make a decision on whether to take it more or leave it the same.
Is it about where it was?
That's probably a little bit more than where it was, according to the cabinets. Kevin's committed to this profile on the side, so we have put the bend in the back of it. Back here, we made a mark back here, so we know what direction that's headed. Everything fitted up real nice. So I'll show you mine next time we check it out. But Kevin actually cut his off down here a little bit lower than what I did, and because of that, we didn't need that first bend that was on mine. So mine kind of comes out this way and then bends up, and Kevin's is just kind of straight out. So it really worked out really nice. Essentially, turn this out a little bit. So definitely improvement on where he cut that out at, because we eliminated an entire bend. So it makes life a lot easier. So won't be long here. We're gonna have a side done. Like I said, we're making pretty good progress on this thing because we have sort of a baseline to go off of from my car. We tacked these pieces in first because we had to have some form of point of reference for where we were gonna try and end up at before we made the bends that come down the back and tied in back here. So that worked out pretty good, those two bars being the very first two bars that we put in, and then this side bar. That way we knew no matter what we did up front, we had to end up here before we turned to go back down to the bottom. So all worked out good. Well, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for today. Got both sides of Kevin's sawn. Come back tomorrow and start putting some cross members in it. What do you think?
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Come together pretty quick.
go this morning, we probably would have been a lot further along. But
yeah.
hey, you know,
But still
you
good.
can't rush it.
Yeah, we still made good time on it.
Really.
So.
But it's like anything, you know, do it more than once. The second time's usually twice as fast as the first time. Third time, you've got it pretty much nailed down, and it's about as fast as it's going to go.
Right. Yeah, gonna come back tomorrow, and maybe, I don't know, what do you think? You think we finish this thing up tomorrow?
If we get after it early, yeah.
Yeah.
See why not. You tell me what time you want me to be here.
Yep. I think we can get it done. Hard stuff's out of the way, like I said, just some cross members and tying some stuff together, so.
Cleaning up some powder coat.
Yeah, grinding some powder coat. Yeah.
Probably gonna have to pull the plastic or pull the floor pan out of it unless you want to just hog out that stuff, hog out the plastic, weld around it.
Probably be easier to just take it out.
It'd be that big
Yep.
deal.
Make sure we take.
If you're doing one of these, do not cut your door brackets out.
Yeah, right. Right, Kevin. Kevin had to weld his door brackets back on because he got crazy hacking and whacking on this thing and didn't realize that it has
that's dead weight. No free rides, you know. Cut it off, and then I realized, fuck.
Right.
The front hood and side plastics all bolted in. So you need that. It's kind of critical to be able to get your plastics back.
Yeah,
on.
get your.
And that's
door
why I
panel
left
back
these.
on
These are still on here, so that way whenever I get back to the house, I can bolt my rear fenders on once I put the bracket back on it and know where I got to measure to make something to hold them on. So
Yeah, if anybody has a YXZ and you want these measurements in degrees from us, just hit us up and we'll send them to you.
But keep in mind, mine only measures 3/16 out of square. Yours measure 3/4 out of square, right?
Right. Yes.
On the opposite side.
Yeah.
Like
we're
3/16 out of square on the left side, like bigger. His is 3/4 bigger on the right side.
Yeah, Kevin's talking about this measurement from where you cut this off at to the back part. His was 3/16 off from the driver's side to the passenger side. Mine was 3/4 off. So major differences there, which would affect the door bar. But
right.
As far as the main cage bars, we could get you close anyways. If anybody wanted the measurements, we could get them really close.
Yeah, and you know, it's nothing knock on Yamaha, but it's just however they stick them in a jig and weld them. You know what I mean? Like you're mass producing this stuff, you can't like take your time and throw a part around and make everything perfect. They just stick
they're not one-off
hammer
pieces.
down.
So, well, we'll wrap it up for tonight and hopefully come in tomorrow and finish this thing up.
I'd say about time we're done with this, Tim will be done with that Bobcat.
Yeah, Tim's got the Bobcat, the 331 in here. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's doing something crazy though. There's pieces laying all over the place.
And all kinds of shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows what he's doing, but we're staying out of his way. I know that.
It's not fun.
We're sticking to side-by-side stuff for now. Not track stuff.
I do that enough during the week, but trucks and cars, not heavy equipment.
We'll let Tim handle the Traco stuff. We'll stay with the side-by-side. So we're out. We'll be back tomorrow.
Peace.
Only a few bars left to put in. Looks like we wound up a little short on the 095 tube. So Kevin's going to pick up another piece of that, but pretty much got her licked. There's a handful of pieces left.
Come along.
Pretty wild copes and fits here, but overall we got Gladman's cage almost complete, other than just welding. So we come in this morning, third day, not the third day in a row, but the third day, and knocked it out. Got all the pieces tacked in. We're ready just to buzz it up. Get the welder on, ready to go. We just tacked the back bumper on. And a couple little gussets up here in the corner of the front window and stuff that's left to do, but other than that, that's it. she's on there.
But that bar,
We mentioned in the very first video that me and Kevin were going to run a couple races in the what used to be the Lucas Oil Midwest Short Course League, which is now called Championship Offroad. So
sure thing now.
Yep.
They released their schedule rule package.
They released their schedule, but not their rule package, which is the problem. So whenever we decided to start building these cars, we got the only thing we had to work from was the 2019 Lucas Oil Midwest rules, which had a clause in there that said that in 2020 there were going to be specific bars in the roll cage that had to be 120 wall. So whenever they got taken over and it became Championship Off-Road, we wasn't sure whether they were going to adopt the 2019 Lucas Oil rules or if they were going to come out with their own rule package in for 2020. So we were kind of stuck. We waited around as long as we could, but we had so much other stuff to do. We had to just bite the bullet and
do it, right or wrong. I mean, you gotta do something. You're gonna grow roots and be stuck. Since you're doing that, I'm gonna get my trailer. Hopefully this thing gonna slide off the dash. So anyway, Haas is in there blazing my cage together. He gave me his old camera. I may or may not have stole his hat. So we're at the point on mine to where it is ready to be welded together. Got to do the 4 gussets around the main part of the halo, but we're out of that tubing, and Haas has ordered some more for mine back here, and to make the Nerf bars or tree bars or whatever you want to call them on the side of the units. So not sure when he's going to have that in and ready to roll, but we just got to do that, and then also the down bar off the main hoop of the rear bumper to the rear pivot point. And then it'll be time for a little test and tune, scale it, figure out where we're at now compared to what we were with the stock one. So go in there and get the trailer hooked up. Not sure if I'm gonna have to secure any loose objects in it, because that was supposed to, what's up, Django? Dad was supposed to go through and finish cleaning it out and getting it ready, but I'm not so sure of the status of the hauler. I tell you what, these backup cameras, they're like cheating. And this electric dolly is awesome.
Well, that's a wrap. It's cage number 2 done. Well, that's the cage all done. What's next? What's your next move? What's your next move on a long list of
Crap. I have no idea. Probably gonna fluff and buff on a few things I want moved around. Probably scale it, see where it's at as far as how much weight's on it now, how much we gained, and then or heck, I mean, that stock cage is pretty heavy. Who knows?
Yeah, so maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Maybe we'll swing up to your place and check out what kind of numbers we got on this thing all stripped down. If you put it on the scales, maybe I'll stop over while you're doing that. We can check it out. But for the most part, that's pretty much it. That's cage number 2. So all the big bend tubing bending and whatnot's out of the way for both of these cars, and now it's just on to
Little piddly shit.
little
Big,
stuff. A long list of little stuff.
Little stuff and big ticket items as far as money goes.
Yeah.
Exhaust intake.
For
Yeah,
me, shocks.
Yeah.
I got to do shocks yet.
Yeah, that's right. You do. Well, let me know. I'll talk to what's his name down there and get him squared away. HP Shock Service.
Yeah, need to talk to them.
And then figure out at least start with these springs here, or at least not the exact setup or whatever, but that weight spring, and you'll be in the ballpark.
Definitely. So we got intake, exhaust, wheels, tires, shocks. I still have interior stuff to do.
Yeah.
We got a lot.
I've
I got to mount my radiator
enough to where pretty much now all I got to do is notch it to fit around the tubing, and then we got to decide if we're going to make aluminum doors or if we're going to stick with the stock ones.
Yeah, I'm already leaning towards aluminum. I don't know.
It looks
What to see? I don't know. I like the plastic, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of white back there in the back by the brake. Just whip one up, hold it up, and see what it looks like. If it looks crappy.
I think I'm gonna talk to George when I go over there and be like, and see if he'll let me use that lower windshield piece.
Yeah.
And then one of his old doors or his old
As a
doors
template.
is template. Maybe the upper part won't match, but the lower part's gonna be the same.
Right on.
I'm gonna grab my plastic.
Yeah. This new unit. Kevin got a new unit, 28-foot enclosed. He's gonna need it to fit the limited super buggy and the side-by-side in there. So he's got himself a new unit to work on. So you got race car stuff and trailer stuff to do now.
Yeah, that's what my dad's
Glad I got
already
that.
agreed that he was gonna do the trailer. I said, hey, time's a ticking. We got the car pretty much done. He's like, we'll do it when it gets warm. But the problem is when around here, when it's warm, it's race season.
Yeah, that's right.